Mimi, we love you. We love you, Mimi. When you first started your channel, you had family mukbangs and you were cooking and you had, the occasional employee or friend over. Now your house is kind of like, let's see, a shelter. That's about the best way I can put it. A shelter, a free for all. This last video you did with Candy. You did the video with Candy. Candy, for you guys that don't know, well, just go to Lovely Mimi's channel and check out the video with Candy. Candy is a man who dresses as a woman sometimes. And what really disturbed me about the video was, as usual, Juice gets ignored, And if you don't have time for your daughter, which in a lot of videos you appear to not have time for her. If you don't have time for her, then just, sit her out of the video. But it's a bad look on you that you tend to ignore her. You don't ignore Javon in the same way that you ignore Juice. It's just a fact. But that video with Candy, and it was supposed to be a crab boil, but it was a very skimpy crab boil. You didn't have enough crabs. You had Ming, or I think that's her name, and you had the other girl, I guess her name was Pink or something, and then you had Candy, and then you were trying to feed all these people with this skimpy crab boil. And when Candy grabs most of the crabs and put it on his side, and you had to take one back to give to your son. And then he rolled his eyes at your son. First of all, why are you breaking bread with anyone who doesn't have enough manners to put children first? That would be the first problem. There's no way. There's no way that you should be breaking bread with anyone who has that little respect for your children. Okay, now the whole thing with you and Remy, I can't say nothing about that. People go through things. Y'all thought y'all were married, you said, but turns out you weren't married. And so you say you're happy to be free. I'm not going to even touch that. Well, I will touch it. Since I'm on it, I'll touch it. I believe it's three sides to every story. I believe it's your side, Remy's side, and the truth. I believe that we saw you frustrated and disgusted with Remy most of the time that you've been filming. So, that's not good. But according to you, you have every right to be disgusted with him because he's been a burden and he's been a leech for your entire marriage. So I get that, I get that. Boys are burden. Boys are burdens. Men take the burdens off you. So I can understand if that was the case and, you just got tired. You're entitled to get tired. I don't have much to say about that. But as far as all the people in the company in your house, sweetheart, you're going to have to do better. You're going to have to do better. That's dangerous. That's not cool. You've got a little girl and a little boy. People molest little girls and little boys. By the time you find out that someone has touched Javon or Serenity, aka Little Juice, the damage is already going to be done. It doesn't matter. People like to say, if somebody touch my kids, I'll do this and I'll do that. Well, they've already been touched, though. The damage is done at that point. You can't go back and undo someone touching them and harming them. So what you can do, though, is prevent. You use every preventative measure possible to make sure that that doesn't go down. You're not doing that. You got a guy that you say live with y'all called Uncle, the guy with the beard. And you say you need a man in the house. Really? You think so? You're a celebrity. Get security. Get a professional security guard. But it's always the ones that children call uncle. Those are always the ones that end up touching and molesting. Why? Because they're trusted. Okay? It's never someone, a stranger, say. It's never a stranger that gets the opportunity to be that close and violate the child. It's always going to be someone they trusted. So, in conclusion, I'm just going to say, protect your children. Stop ignoring your daughter. You're going to give her some of the same insecurities that you have, because it's clear you have some. It's clear that you need lots of attention. I mean, it's just clear. Doesn't make you a bad person. We love you. But, it's very obvious that you need lots of attention. And in the process of you needing all this attention, you allow all these strangers into your home, and you jeopardize your children's safety for this attention that you constantly need. If you need attention that bad, you say you want to be a comedian, put yourself into your comedy, It's different ways that you can get this attention, but putting your daughter's life at stake the way that you're doing is no good. Putting your sons, people molest little boys too. Women even molest little boys. So it's not just the men that you have to look out for. I've talked to many, many men who were molested as little boys, and they're just as hurt and broken as the girls. When women take advantage of little boys and start having sex with them, they're just as hurt and they're just as damaged. So you need to really slow it down, get more protective about your children. Don't wait until they tell you something happened. They may not tell you for a while. It may not come out for a while. But again, there are things that you can do to prevent this from happening. That's all I have to say about that.